Hello again, thanks for joining me. Shane Anderson here from the Pike Group and Royal LePage Atlantic with another video installment to my real estate YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me. We're going to be talking about a few things today. First thing we're going to be talking about is, why do I need a realtor? Why is it important for me to use a realtor? Why can't I sell my home on my own, just put a for sale sign out front and save a ton of money, sell it myself? So we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about the most important thing when listing your home is determining the price and value that you should be listing it at. We'll talk about those things. We'll also talk about maybe your home has been listed and it's been listed for quite some time and now the listing has come expired and you haven't sold your property. And so we'll talk about some possible reasons as to why that has happened, maybe some suggestions and some alternative methods and some helpful hints on how we can change that for you. Let's get started. All right, so I want to sell my house. I don't need a realtor. What do I need a realtor for? I'm just going to put a for sale sign in my front yard. Maybe throw an advertisement in the newspaper, local newspaper or a magazine, spend a little bit of money, not much, and kind of 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month, I will sell my house, I'll save a bunch of money, and I'll be done with it. Yeah, in an ideal world, that might work, might being the appropriate word here. A realtor is going to come in and value your home. The most important thing is pricing your property effectively. A realtor is a professional and experienced person that's going to know the market, know the area, know what's happening out there, and has access to the MLS system to determine a fair market value and price of your home. MLS provides statistics for comparable properties, comparable meaning they're very similar to yours in and around your area that have sold. So without this vital tool, you're really just going about it willy-nilly, and you're taking the chance. You are rolling the dice. If you overprice your home, which we'll talk about shortly, you're running the risk of your home being on the market longer than it has to be. And as most people know nowadays, people do follow the area. We are in a buyer's market. There's a lot of inventory right now in HRM. And if you do not price your home effectively and correctly, you're really running the risk of having your property listed longer than it has to. Yes, there are low-cost services out there that you can post through MLS, but is the information accurate? Are they even putting photos up there? And of course, you still have to take the calls, you still have to do the showings, you still have to do all that kind of stuff, staging and marketing, if you are going to do marketing at all, which again, like I said, in this type of market that we're in right now, marketing is huge. You really have to be aggressive and market your property effectively to draw that buyer to your home. If you don't, your for sale sign will sit on your front lawn for a long period of time. And once that happens, your property becomes stagnant, and it becomes even harder to effectively market and bring people back to your home. Another thing is the legalities. The legalities involved in purchasing and acquiring real estate is extensive. And if you're not aware and familiar with the contracts and those kind of things, then you're really being left out in the wind, so to speak. Obviously, buyers that are coming in to look at your property are going to have, more than likely, will have representation from an agent. You will have to pay that commission, but they're going to be acting in the best interest of their client through wanting to negotiate. And if you're not versed in the art of negotiations and know the ins and outs of all the contracts, you're really putting yourself out there and putting yourself at risk. Realtors have access to other realtors, and will have access to help, can give you help with other lenders, title companies, lawyers, stagers, photographers, home inspections, all these things. There's so many little things that if you don't think about, you're really running the risk of costing yourself more money and heartache in the long run. So these are things that you really need to consider if you're not going to use a realtor. All right, so communication. Communication, number one, is very important. You want to have a direct line, open line between your realtor and yourself, but your realtor, it's very important that your realtor keeps a direct line of communication between potential buyers and their representation. After every viewing, every showing, your realtor should be contacting they're representing a buyer, a realtor, to get information and feedback on that viewing. This information is invaluable. Maybe there was some questions and concerns about the price. Maybe there were certain aspects of the home that didn't show so well, or maybe they did show well. So all the positives and negatives, we want to hear it all. Very important that we get this information back and reevaluate the situation later on down the road. If your home doesn't sell quickly, this information will be recompiled and reevaluated and remarketed to help to remarket your property. Something else you want to look at too is increasing the exposure by allowing for a lockbox on your property, allowing for convenient times for showing. Sometimes you'll see restrictions on a certain time, which is fine, but you want to have give the ability of potential buyers to pretty much come whenever they can, and always keeping your home in that show shape condition is very important. You want to declutter. Make sure your home is very clean, of course, like I just said. You also want to depersonalize your property so that when potential buyers come in, they can see themselves living here as opposed to seeing somebody else. Buying real estate is a very emotional process. So depersonalizing your home is very important, taking photos down and what have you. Pets as well. You want to make sure that pets aren't around. The big dogs can really be a huge deterrent for potential buyers. Allowing something as simple as allowing a for sale sign on the front yard. Some sellers just don't want that, but you really need that exposure. You really need to have that advertisement on your front property. So there you go, communication. All right, so the condition of your home, huge. Condition plays a big part. Is this somebody else's dream home? When buyers come into your home, do they immediately fall in love with it? Do they have that wow factor? Can they picture themselves moving into your home? A home that is in move-in ready condition really invites a sale. Have you done all the little things? Have you fixed squeaks and drips and all those kind of things? I have a video, one of my previous videos talks about doing renovations, small renovations under $5,000. It's really important to make your home ready to go. Sometimes you'll see incentives to replace carpets and what have you, which is fine. You can add these cash incentives, but even when a buyer comes in and sees this old carpet, they're still deducting the price of the value of the home, even though there's this cash incentive. So taking that money and actually doing the work and replacing, you'll get more of a return for your investment by doing these small little upgrades. Price. We touched upon this earlier on the importance of accurately pricing and valuing your home. An overpriced home, in essence, what you're doing is you're helping your neighbor sell his home. The buyers that are coming to view your home usually end up going and purchasing a larger home for the same price. And the buyers that should be viewing your home are passing it because they don't feel that they can afford it. Your home is going to sit on the market longer, in essence, and what happens is you usually get less than what the fair market value is of your home. You want to price your home very aggressively to attract those buyers. The more buyers that are interested in your property, the more offers you will receive, which drives the price of your home up. You want to be in a competing offer situation, ideally. And in order to get that, you have to price aggressively, especially in this type of market. All right, so let's value your home. The most important thing we're going to do first as a realtor is to price your home. Like I said earlier, the MLS system is a very important tool that realtors will refer to gather and compile information to create a comparative market analysis. And what that does is basically takes a snapshot of your home and the homes in and around that are either active or, most importantly, have sold in a recent time frame. It can be a year, 2 years, 3 years. The closer, the better, because markets do change from year to year. So once we get that information, we will sit down with you and, of course, and determine an aggressive price that we will list your home. One of the things we want to avoid is overpricing. Overpricing a home is very common and happens a lot. But we don't want to overprice a home, because what happens is the home will sit on the market for an extended period of time, a month, 2 months, 3 months. if not longer sometimes. And what happens, it runs the risk of becoming stagnant, and it gets a stigma attached to it. And eventually you will want to remarket and relist a price at a lower price, but by then the damage is kind of done, and it will take an extensive amount of creative marketing to regenerate the interest in your property. So we don't want to overprice. Underpricing is also, as strange as that sounds, because underpricing, obviously your home might sell too quick, and we could have gotten more money for it. So we want to make sure that your home is priced accordingly, according to the market. Like I said, we are in a buyer's market right now, so there's a lot of product, a lot of inventory out there. So it's very important that your realtor is aware and up to date on the market and the current situation in your area. All right, that's our video for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something valuable from today's video. If you've had your home recently expire from being listed, maybe you've had your home listed in the past, but dissatisfied with the service and the marketing that was provided to you, why don't you give me a call? Would love to stop by and sit with you, answer any questions that you might have, give you a free market analysis of your home, but most of all, go over the Pike Group's extensive marketing system that we have in place to aggressively remarket your home. My name is Shane Anderson with the Pike Group and Royal LePage Atlantic. Thanks again for joining me today. If you want to give me a call, you can do so, 902-471-9600, or drop me an email to shane@royallepage.ca. Would really love to hear from you. Thanks for joining me again. Stay tuned for more videos to come. Talk to you soon.